Is that? Lovely. I don't know what that piece of rubbish is doing in my garage, but I'm gonna...
Good morning.
Morning.
Tea and toast?
Not yet.
You need to...
Later.
As you say.
What is that piece of junk metal out by the garage?
You mean the bike? I saw that. I assumed it belongs to Sam. It's broken down from what I can tell. That explains the state she arrived in.
It's a bloody eyesore.
Well, since no one ever comes to Dread Hill House, no one will ever see it, will they?
Is that girl lurking about?
You mean Sam? She went over to the university.
Good. Though a fat lot of good that does to my files.
So, what do you think of her?
Who?
Sam, of course. You are a bear this morning. She seems an independent sort to me. A go-getter.
Ms. Everett certainly has initiative.
She's not been any trouble to you, has she?
Trouble? That girl has it stamped on her forehead in letters a mile high. Not that I can't deal with a chit like that.
Well, I hope she works out. That lab is in a state and a half, and I've got enough to deal with caring for the rest of this old monster.
So you've told me. Did the university say anything when they sent her over?
Not particularly. Funny, I thought they said they were sending a medical student, but I told them that wasn't necessary and they must have changed their minds.
She's not a medical student. You'd think they'd have got that right at least.
I know. That's why I think they must have sent someone else. Do you want me to call them?
Doesn't matter now. We appear to be stuck with Ms. Everett. Don't get too attached to the girl, Stella. I don't intend to keep her long.
What do you mean?
What I said. I needed someone to sort some things out for me and help with this new experiment. It's very short term.
But you can't just hire the poor girl and send her packing within the month.
I don't see anything poor about Miss Everett.
That shows how much you know about girls. She obviously hasn't got a pot to you-know-what in, or anyone much to care would be my guess. You should have seen the state of her clothes when she arrived, like she's been wearing them for a year. She must be on one of those low-income scholarships, don't you think?
None of my business. The point is, I don't care to have a stranger in the house. The quicker it's done, the better.
Now, don't go upsetting yourself. I just thought it might be healthy to have someone else in the house.
Stella?
I won't say another word on the subject.
Listen, ring the repair shop in town and have them collect that bike. Tell them to do whatever they must to fix the ugly thing.
Why, David? That's generous of you.
Can't have the girl getting stuck here, can I? Have you noticed anything unusual in the house lately?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Signs of a break-in or intruder, or just the presence of someone else in the house.
No. No, of course not.
You have seen something in the house. What is it?
I never said.
You're acting strange.
Now that's the pig calling the cow fat.
I want you to tell me.
I don't care to talk about it.
Please, Nana. Please tell me. It's important.
You only call me Nana when you want your way. Only ever did.
Please.
All right. It was 2 days ago. I was making your bed. I saw, well, I thought I saw a woman in the mirror on the dresser.
A woman?
It was just for a moment, and when I turned, no one was there. It was my imagination playing tricks, and no wonder with how quiet things are in this house.
It was Laura, wasn't it? The woman you saw in the bedroom mirror.
We're not going to start talking about ghosts in this house. It's not healthy, and it isn't fair to Laura's memory. Do you hear me, David Stiles?
All right. Relax. Doorbell.
Oh, Dr. Stiles, there's a package for you. Shall I take it down to the basement?
I'll get it. Thank you, Stella. That must be my dialogue generator. Should take another look at the instruction. Dr. Ramuskin invented these letter rolls. Good. Now I can get started. Dr. Ramuskin in... It seems to be correct. There, that's got it. The dialogue generator is set correctly. I'm not sure. The dialogue generator is set. The dialogue gen... I'm not sure what Laura's trying to say. I'm not sure. I have a lot of work to do. I made a video on my computer yesterday with my notes. I have a lot of work.
I've decided to try to keep Laura with me. For years, I've researched the possibility that consciousness, or mind, is not the same thing as the physical brain. Since Laura's funeral, I swear, I have felt her presence. I've decided to spend several hours a day in the isolation tank, visualizing Laura. I don't know what will be the outcome, except probably to indulge my own grief. But if any of her energy remains, then by giving it attention and focus, maybe I can lengthen its influence. Since work no longer interests me, I've decided to make this my work. I will log the results. I've been spending 2 hours a day in the tank. The results have varied. Sometimes I'm convinced I feel Laura's presence. Other times I'm not able to get past my doubts. I still believe Laura is here, I do. Bergson, the philosopher, believed we choose our own reality. If nothing else, I have done that. I'm having new equipment designed that should boost my sessions in the tank. That is all. Laura would be 33 today. Happy birthday, Laura. Happy birthday, darling. Something strange has been happening. There have been several incidents that indicate a presence in the house. The presence of Laura. It sounds insane, I know, but there have been undeniable physical phenomena. Is it possible that through my sessions in the tank I've given Laura the energy to manifest? I plan to keep a careful record of events as they unfold, and there might be something in the field of psi research that could help. I'll look into it. Laura's presence in the house has continued. I've decided to begin a new experiment to study the effects of imagination. I'll use students as subjects and my fMRI. My hope is to record data on the areas of the brain involved in detailed visualizations. Perhaps using biofeedback, I can train myself to stimulate the same area in my own brain and thus increase the power of my sessions in the tank. This may, in turn, give more energy to Laura.
Laura always preferred dry reds in the evening, but that's all I can say for certain. That's not the right year. It was the night before Laura's birthday, so we were probably drinking a vintage from her birth. It was a tradition with us. I'll do a session in the tank today, but first I want to collect items from around the house to help me strengthen my memories of Laura.
I'm not ready for the tank session yet. I still need to find a sensory item for touch. What was Laura wearing that night? I need to find an auditory sensory item. We must have been listening to music that night.
She hated me for taking this one, but I couldn't help it. She looked so radiant with joy. Laura and me, she looks wonderful in this one. That was taken on our honeymoon. We spent it in the Loire Valley in France. That's the Gîte Rural we lived in, near Saint-Benoît-le-Forêt. Laura and me at the Assam Reserve, India. Laura at our lake cottage. I wanted to rebuild the memory of a night we went swimming there. I'll take this for a visual cue. I think I remember what we were playing that night. Now I just have to locate it. various CD albums. Nothing that I would have listened to that night. Various
The Scarlet Furies. Yes, that's the one we were listening to at the lake. The Scarlet Furies. That's one we were listening to at the lake.
Brightened eyes, my secrets lie not far away. His medals many have I answered plea. My general now often.
You still haven't told me what we're doing for my birthday tomorrow. I hope you haven't planned anything epic or embarrassing.
It's your birthday tomorrow? Slipped my mind.
As if you'd miss any opportunity to be devious.
His weary head, he lays his body down to rest. My secrets lie not far away. His medals and his badges are all told by day. Many have I answered plea. My general now I often see. He comes at dawn out on the lawn.
This is Laura's bathrobe. She wasn't wearing it that night at the cottage, but... There are still too many bottles. Terrific. That narrows it down to 3 bottles. I can easily taste that many. Yes, this is it.
CD tray is opened. The shampoo is loaded in the scent filter. The CD is loaded.
Everything's set. I'm ready.
Bright and dies, my secrets lie not far away. His medals and his badges are all told by day. Many have I unanswered plea, my general.
You still haven't told me what we're doing for my birthday tomorrow. I hope you haven't planned anything epic or embarrassing.
It's your birthday tomorrow? Slipped my mind.
Mm-hmm. As if you'd miss any opportunity to be devious. Speaking of which, Dad says he'll be joining us for a few days in Venice at Christmas. Won't that be marvelous? I'm glad you talked me into it. It should be so lovely with all the decorations and the ceremonies in the cathedrals. Blue tiles. Blue tiles. Check the cars, David. Check the cars, David.
Blue tiles. And yes, there is something odd about this photo. I need to examine this more closely. Oh my God. What is that thing? I bought... There's hours of data here. I don't want to go through it until I have several sessions for comparison. There's hours. There's out. I bought that for the clinic. We never used...
David, can I get you...
No, I'm fine.
It's a business card from Inspector Pazer of the Oxford Police Department. He was the investigator on the accident.
Hello?
Inspector, it's David Stiles. You worked on my case. Car crash in Oxford.
Oh, Dr. Stiles. I remember. Your wife. Terrible accident.
Yes. Look, I know it was a long time ago, and this is a strange question. Was there anything unusual about the cars? The car that hit us, perhaps, or just anything you remember?
Hang on a sec. I'm looking at the file. Listen, what made you call and ask me about it now?
I thought I remembered hearing something. It's been bothering me.
I don't remember ever telling you. You were in the hospital and, well, anyway, there was something a bit off. The car that hit you, the gas pedal was fused to the floor, actually melted into it. Thing is, that car didn't burn in the crash. Not a bit of it. It might explain him running through that give way sign. Except how the driver got from his home 5 miles away to that junction with a gas pedal in that condition is a mystery to me. Dr. Stiles?
Thank you. You're right. Very curious.
If there's anything else I can...
I'll be in touch.
David, can I get you something?
No, I'm fine.
Is that girl lurking about?
You mean Sam? She went over to the university.
Good. I have to admit she did get a lot done this morning.
So, what do you think of her?
Who?
Sam, of course.
Miss Everett certainly has initiative.
She's not been any trouble.
Trouble?
Well, I hope...
So you've told me. She's not here now, but I'm sure Mrs. Dalton saw Laura. Mrs. Dalton saw Laura. Mrs. Dal... Mrs. Dal... Mrs. Do you have something to say to me, Miss Everett?
No.
Turn that thing off, please.
Dr. Stiles, are you sure it's safe after what happened last night?
Safe? Of course, why wouldn't it be?
He doesn't even know. Why should Dr. Stiles concern himself with fraternity pranks?
I still feel as nervous as a virgin on prom night.
Settle down. I'm not paying you to chitter-chatter. Lie back and close your eyes. Relax. Sink into the bed. Deep breath. Exhale. Tonight, you're at the swimming pool at St. Edmund. Your eyes are closed and you're standing on the rough cement surface next to the pool. You grip and relax your bare feet. Your toes can feel all the tiny bumps and smooth paint of the cement. You smell the chlorine in the air and feel dampness on your skin. When you open your eyes, you will see a pleasant illumination from the lamps reflecting off the water.